Beautiful people, welcome to day 18 of the 30 days immigration question and answer series. My name is Wolo. I am a regulated Canadian immigration consultant based in New Brunswick, Canada. And today's video is about proof of funds for study permit. And I'm going to read the question that was left on the channel on one of the videos. So the question is, someone with an admission offer for 2 years program and has proof of funds for 1 year and means of constant income to take care of the subsequent year. Should she be worried, or she must show the funds for the complete 2 years program? So I'm going to answer this question based on what is stated on the IRCC website, but I'm going to give you recommendation based on my experience. So on the IRCC website, which I'm going to read out to you and you will see it on the screen as well, they stated there that students are required to demonstrate financial sufficiency for only the first year of studies, regardless of the duration of the course or program of studies in which they are enrolled. For example, a single student entering a 4-year degree program with an annual tuition fee of 15,000 Canadian dollars must demonstrate funds of 15,000 Canadian dollars to satisfy the requirement, and not the full $60,000 for the 4 years of tuition. Officers should be satisfied, however, that the probability of funding for future years does exist. For example, parents are employed, scholarship is for more than 1 year, applications for extensions made to CPCE must also meet this requirement. Now, you can see from the IRCC website what they stated there concerning the financial sufficiency. But at the bottom, if you read at the bottom, which I'm going to read to you as well, besides I've highlighted the portions I'm reading in red so that you can read it for yourself. At the bottom, it says, in some very high-risk environments, reviewing and verifying the history of funds and supplementary individual or family financial and employment documentation may be necessary to ensure that only genuine students capable of supporting their program of studies are granted study permits. Officers may take into consideration such sources of funds derived through scholarships, fellowships, assistantships, and the likes, as well as financial support or support in kind that may be available from relatives in Canada. International students in Canada are ineligible for benefits under the Canada Student Loan Program. So now this is what is stated on IRCC website, right? But from experience, from my years of experience submitting study permit applications on behalf of people, I will tell you for a fact that if you are from a high-risk environment like India, like Nigeria, like Ghana, the truth is that you have to show the proof of funds for the number of years, not what is stated on the website. The website says you can only show 1 year, but show that you can take care of yourself for subsequent years. But from experience, it will not fly if you show only 1 year, even if you're showing that you still have income to take care of you for the subsequent years. So my best recommendation is always to show funds that will cover the entire duration of your studies. If you're coming for a 2 years program, show funds that will cover the 2 years program. If you're coming for a 4 years program, show funds that will cover for your 4 years program. If you go by what is stated on the website, the application will be refused. They will cite insufficient funds because you are from a high-risk environment. High-risk environment where they are not sure if the funds that you're showing would even be available for subsequent years. Even if you show funds for the entire duration of your program, they still refuse the application, because we've seen cases where you show excess funds, they still refuse the application because they are not sure of the source of funds, because they are seeing lump sum deposits in your account, because they are seeing that your account is starting with a low balance and then at the end of the statement is a high balance. So they are wondering, how were you able to gather, let's say, 50 million naira within 6 months? Even if you show them the source of your funds and your income, let's say you're earning 50,000 naira and your annual salary for the year is about 600,000 naira, they will not believe it if you show 50 million naira in your account, because they'll be wondering, how come your income is 50,000 naira and then you're showing us 50 million naira in your account? Where did the 50 million naira come from? If you tell them that you sold an asset, they'll be wondering, how were you able to get an asset to sell when your income was just 50,000 naira or 600,000 naira per annum? So these are the dynamics around proof of funds when it comes to applying for study visas. And a lot of people make these mistakes when it comes to applying, thinking that, oh, I only need to show 1 year tuition and 1 year living expense. I don't need to show subsequent years because the website says so, because IRCC website states I don't need to show 4 years. But in reality, you actually need to show for the entire duration of your program, and you also need to show the source of the funds, where the money is coming from. And you have to be mindful that if your earnings does not equal to the amount you're showing, the application will also be refused. If you mention that you sold an asset and your earnings does not equal to you being able to get an asset, the application will also be refused as well. So there are a lot of variables, and I hope I've answered your question. So before you go ahead and apply for your study permit, please check all these variables properly before you submit your application. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye-bye.
Oh Canada, oh Canada, come together. Oh Canada, oh Canada, oh Canada, celebrate now. Oh Canada, oh Canada, oh Canada, come together. Oh Canada, oh Canada, oh Canada, celebrate now. Big people thrown up the light.